My pleasure to yield to the chairman of the National Security Subcommittee on Oversight and Government Reform, who's done great work on this issue, as well as, Mr. Chairman, fraud in the asylum process. The gentleman from Utah, Mr. Chaffetz.
I thank the chairman. From the onset, the Obama administration has made it clear that certain broad classes of unlawful aliens would not be deported if caught within the interior of the United States. This helped create an atmosphere of conducive to the current rash of thousands of minors, some coming with family members, but many unaccompanied, entering from the south of the border into the United States. In order to deal with this problem, the Obama administration announced a few weeks ago that United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, will expand the number of family detention beds and send trial attorneys and immigration judges to the border to address the sudden surge of children, teenagers, and families seeking to enter the United States illegally. Unfortunately, the administration's plan to deal with the crisis at the border created by its failure to enforce our immigration laws really will do little to solve the problem it itself created. Many of the children, teenagers, and adults arriving at the border are able to game the system, our asylum and immigration laws, because the Obama administration has severely weakened them. All the administration plans to deal with the problem will only ensure that the claims will get adjudicated more quickly, and minors and adults with minors will be put on the fast track to remaining in the United States permanently and legally and with access to a full array of taxpayer-provided benefits. Unaccompanied alien minors are not subject to expedited removal under current law, and many, if not a majority, of them are eligible for immigration relief. Many of the minors and families arriving at the border are claiming asylum or credible fear of persecution. These minors can apply for and will likely receive asylum because it's just as easy to game the system. The committee obtained an internal Department of Homeland Security report which shows at least 70% of asylum cases contain proven or possible fraud. In addition, approval rates of asylum applications are skyrocketing, and former members of violent gangs who supposedly renounced their membership once encountered by immigration authorities are getting asylum. Lastly, non-detained aliens who are denied asylum are rarely successfully deported. A minor who wants to make an affirmative claim of asylum will first apply with a USCIS asylum officer. Approval rates by asylum officers have increased from 28% in 2007 to 46% in 2013. If an asylum officer does not approve the application, it is referred to an immigration judge. Approval rates by immigration judges in affirmative cases have increased from 51% in 2007 to 74% in 2013. Combining these two bites at the apple, the vast majority of aliens who affirmatively seek asylum are now successful in their claims. This does not even take into account the appeals to the Board of Immigration Appeals or federal courts. Furthermore, family units caught along the border at ports or at ports of entry can claim a credible fear of persecution in order to seek a hearing before an immigration judge and receive work or authorization while their case is pending. Over the past several years, credible fear claims have been granted at ever-growing rates under the Obama administration. Currently, data provided by the Department of Homeland Security shows that U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, makes positive credible fear findings in 92% of all cases. In fact, credible fear claims have increased 586% from the year 2007 to 2013, as word has gotten out of the virtual rubber stamping of the applications. This is more troubling because we have received reports that drug cartel members are abusing the asylum process to bypass regular immigration checks in order to get into the country. Thereafter, they expand their human and drug smuggling operations in the United States. Once here, some of these cartel members even engage in the same violent feuds that caused them to flee Mexico and other South and Central American countries in the first place. Information provided by DHS also details cartel hit squad members who entered the United States after claiming they feared violence when they fell out of grace with their quote-unquote employers. In one case, two families involved in drug trafficking came to the United States claiming credible fear of persecution, then began targeting each other once they were here. It's outrageous that dangerous criminals are gaming the system by claiming they have credible fear of persecution when often they've been the perpetrators of the violence themselves. If the administration really wants to fix the problem, they should enforce our immigration laws already, reverse policies that created this mess in the first place, and work with Congress on targeted legislative fixes. I thank the chairman, and I yield back.
Chair thanks the gentleman and now recognizes the ranking